Hey, it's Thomas here, and in part 2, I wanted to tell you something very important before we begin, and that is while recording the end of part 1 and the beginning of part 2, I paused my video recorder, and my video recorder actually records the audio of the other attendees in the call and the video. Well, I made a mistake. I forgot to unpause it. So in part 2, you're not going to see the video and you're not going to hear Abby's audio and you're not going to hear Debbie's audio. You're just going to hear my audio because I accidentally forgot to unpause the video. So therefore, their audio and their video was not recorded. So eventually, I will have to redo part 2 with Abby and Debbie. But I'm going to share part 2 with you right now anyways, because in part 2, I was basically talking like 90% of the time, where I am teaching Abby how to get her money back after being scammed. So this will be a very great recording for you. So if you're trying to get your money back after being scammed, well, this will tell you exactly how to get your money back, and I give Abby, hi Abby, I give Abby a complete action plan on how to go about getting her money back. So with that being said, let's continue. Okay, so I'm going to share some things with you, and it's just facts. I don't play in this imaginary land of I hope things will happen, or let's think about it, or this could happen. I don't do that. I play in the white and the black. That's it. That's all I do. That's it. That's how I was able to close my client on a massive deal. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to share some things with you. First of all, okay, when you invest in something that's big, $5,000 plus $10,000, whatever it is, there should be a plan to make some money. There should be hey, listen, you know what? You're going to invest in us, and if you follow our plan, you're going to make some money back within XYZ time. It will happen. If you just do this and you have proof of your work, you will make some money. And we'll tell you what, if you actually follow our work and after 6 months you can't make $100, then this is not for you. We'll give you your money back because we're confident in what we do. Because most people that implement our stuff that's proven to work, they'll make $100 in 6 months. But if you can't make $100 in 6 months and you do everything to a T, that means that our stuff just isn't going to work for you for whatever reason. So we'll give you money back. Why can we give you this guarantee? Because we are confident in us and we know that we'll make you money. You see, that's how you do good business, right? So that's the reality. And here's the thing. Another thing about this deal is that okay, what they're doing, okay, where do I start? So be quick about that. I'm gonna be quick about this. So what they're doing is this. What they're doing is, this is where they make their money. They don't make their money from helping you make money. They're making their money from holding these seminars and closing people on high-end packages and working with them for 5 hours. So what they do is when they get you signed up for 10 grand, they give you some videos, and they'll work with you for like maybe 30 minutes a month, maybe. So that's where they're making their money. They're not making their money from really helping you be successful. Where's all the testimonial? Or where? No, look at you. Look what they did to you. They're making their money from their business model, and their business model is this. Work with you as minimum as possible so they can make as much money per hour, right? They don't care about your results. They care about their money. You come second. You do not come first to them. Okay, that's how they're doing this. So what they do is they have these big seminars and they position themselves in your market as, hey, we are the only solution to your financial problem. Pay us 10 grand. Okay, and we have an online program. This is how it works. And go follow our training and it should work for you. That's it. So you give them the 10 grand because knowing that, like, okay, well, this is it. This must be what works. Okay, so here's a problem that I have with this, is that they had no ethics here whatsoever. If there's ever a definition of a scam, this is it. Okay. So number one, they had requirements for you for their program saying, hey, you need to like quit your job and work on this like 30 hours a week, right? They knew this before you gave them the money. They knew that you were not ready for the program. They knew that you were not ready to get started. They knew that you were already going to fail before you got started. They already knew this. You already knew. So they basically said, you know what, we already know that you don't have time for the commitment, but we're just going to take your money anyways. That is fucked. Sorry. They already knew going into the deal that you and your husband couldn't do this. And they took 10 grand from you. They already knew. That's not right. And second of all, there's no excuse for that whatsoever. None. They didn't care about you. They cared about the money. They saw two people, you and your husband, that are making a lot of money. And they said, oh, we take 10 grand from them. They're not going to really notice. They won't make it a big deal. We'll just make them feel like it's their fault. So that's number one. That's awful. They knew that you couldn't even do the program before it gets started. How are you going to sell somebody something when they can't even use your product? How am I going to sell you, how am I going to sell you something when it doesn't make any sense? What? It doesn't make any sense. It's awful. How can you sell somebody, how can you sell somebody a boat? And they don't even. I mean, how can you? I mean, I don't know. I mean, how can you sell somebody, a pool to put in their backyard when they have no water to fill it? First, you need to get water to put into the pool. What? I mean, you can't even use. Oh, we're not going to get any water for a year, but we'll just buy your pool anyways, and we'll just leave it empty in our backyard. It'll just sit there. No, it's like go get your water problem fixed, and then we'll sell you the pool so you can use the pool. We're not going to just build a pool in your backyard for 30 grand and dig a big hole, and then wait for you for a year to fix your pipes in your house so you can fill it. No, come back to us after you take the money from the pool, go fix your pipe problem. After you fix your pipe problem, you have running water, then come back to us, and then we'll build the pool for you in your backyard because we care about you. No, what they did was, oh, your pipes don't work? Oh, you don't have no running water? Oh, well, just give us, the 30 grand, and then we will, build the pool in the backyard for you sometime next year. But in the meantime, we can't give you your money back. Oh, wait, what? Abby, wait, what? You need some money to fix your pipes? Oh, you need some money, but we can't give you your money back. Oh, because you're past the 30-day mark. Abby, you should have, instead of paying us, you should have fixed your pipes first. But wait, but you told me that I should get a pool. Yeah, but the pipes are your problem. You see where I'm going with this? It's so messed up beyond belief. So another thing I gotta say is this. Number two is that they didn't even follow up with you with the questionnaire. Where's the follow-up? And they didn't even follow up and say, hey, how do you like the training? Hey, how's the training going? We just want to send you a quick email that takes 30 seconds. How is the training going? Question mark. Okay, and number three, they took away the training from you. They took away access to the training. So, okay, let me ask you a question. How do you get access to this training again? You gotta give them another 10 grand? How do you get access to the training again? You gotta give them another 10 grand? But when do you get the training back though? Do you just call them and say, "Hey guys, I want access to my training I paid for"? Okay. So where's your website at? Where's your website at? Where's your website at? So you don't get a website. You don't get a website for 10 grand. How much? How much? Oh my God. Oh. I have a question. I got a question for Debbie. This is great. Man, they're lucky I'm not there right now because I would destroy their business. I would put them out of business. Give me 5 minutes and nobody will ever buy from them again. Look, Debbie, I have a question. Hey, Debbie, I'm going to give you 50 grand right now to make me a website. I want you to do it for me. Okay? But I have a question. We're pretending now. You're pretending to be them. I'm pretending to be you. We're reversing the roles, okay? We're pretending to be them selling this $50,000 package for a website and everything, right? Now what? No, watch this, Abby. This is key. Abby, listen to me. Listen, the website doesn't matter. Just because you have a website means nothing. There is on the internet, there is 100 million people that have websites, but 0.005% of them are actually making a living. The website doesn't matter, okay? What matters is the architect and the marketing behind the website, okay? That's what matters, okay? The website doesn't matter, okay? What matters is how you're going to generate customers and leads, okay? That's what matters, okay? So I'm gonna ask Debbie a question. Okay, Debbie, I'm gonna give you 50 grand. But I'm gonna ask you a question. How are you gonna help me get leads? I'm gonna ask you a question. Just say I don't know. Okay, Debbie, I'm gonna give you 50 grand for a website. But can you just tell me after I get this amazing website for 50 grand, tell me how I can get some leads so then I can turn them into customers eventually and make some money. So I can maybe just make a couple $100 a month after giving you 50 grand. So just how do I get some leads? Now, what's the answer? What's the answer? You're being them. Role play with me here. You're them. Can you get me some leads? Oh, okay. So you mean to tell me I'm going to give you 50 grand for a website, but you can't tell me how to get a lead? Okay. Right. So okay. The irony is that what's that, Abby? Okay, so what was the business they were going to help you start? Yeah, what business were they going to help you start? Oh, you want to start a pig farm? Okay. Who's going to set the business up for you? The one that you gave 10 grand, the one that you gave 10 grand to. The one that can't follow up with you and send you an email to say, how are you doing? Hey, Debbie. No, Abby. Hey, Abby. If I give you 10 grand right now, and you're going to give me some advice on gardening, in a month, are you going to send me an email to see how I'm doing with my garden? See, now you're giving them an excuse to take your money. Let me ask you a question. They have no time? Let me ask you a question. When somebody gives them 10 grand, how much time do they spend with them? So let me ask you a question. If they're only spending 30 minutes per client for $10,000, and let's just say they get 30 clients a month, one client a day, and they're making 300 grand a month. Do you know how much time they're working every day? You know how much time? You do know, because you're part of the business now. They're working 30 minutes a day. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're running one business. Okay, look. Let's just say they get 30 clients a month at $10,000 a pop. They're making 300 grand. They're working with each client for about an hour. About half an hour to close them and a half an hour to support them after they're done. That's it. About an hour. That's it. Maybe let's say an hour to 2 hours. Let's just say 2 hours. So that means if they get one client every single day, they're working 2 hours a day. They are not working 10 hours a day like your husband. They're maybe working 2 hours a day. So let me ask you a question. So if they're only working 2 hours a day, can they send you an email? Well, now listen, remember what I said now 10 minutes ago. I said, don't feel bad. It's not making you feel bad. I'm just making you aware. Because Abby, I don't want you to make this mistake again. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to tell, okay. The reason why your husband's confident is because that's your husband's only option. If you only have one option, you don't know what's good or bad. Let me ask you a question. So let me ask you a question. Now that you have two options instead of one, are you starting to see how things can be better than before? You see, it's interesting. And listen, I'm not trying to say that I believe your husband is a very intelligent man. I believe you're very intelligent. That's why you are successful today, right? But these people, they duped you. Okay, and it's just business ethics 101. I'm not trying to side, I'm just pointing out the fact. Fact number one, okay, they knew you and your husband were already going to fail before you got started. They already knew that you couldn't do the business already. They already knew that your husband was working and you're working and you could not take the time requirement to do it. They already knew this. And they still took your 10 grand. That's wrong. You don't do that. You know this, and everybody knows this. In any kind of business, you say, hey, what do you want? What do you need? You don't, if somebody's deaf, they're deaf. Do you sell them headphones to listen to music? They can't use the product. Why would you do that? Here, buy some CDs, even though that you're deaf. What? They look good. No, I'm just saying that you guys were not ready to use the product. And they still sold you. That is so awful. It doesn't get any worse than that. That just shows you right there that they don't care about you or your husband. They don't care. They don't give a damn. All they care about is this, is that you don't complain, and so they can keep their money. All they care about is that you feel like that it's your fault and that they can keep their money without a bad review. Because then they can keep their operation going. What they do is, so there's no excuse for that, okay? And then the second thing is, after you paid them, there was no follow-up after the survey. They didn't even, there's no email, no phone call. It takes 30 seconds to do that. Okay, and then the third thing, the third thing is that not only did they not follow up with you, but number three is that they didn't even give you anything. They took away access to the training. There's no excuse for that. They took it away. You should be able to go on that training right now and watch it. You should be able to go on that training right now. Netflix. Do you know what Netflix is? How much is Netflix? Right. But Debbie, how much is Netflix a month? $10. American. It's $9 American here. $9. $9. When you buy Netflix, you can go on it at 1 o'clock in the morning. You can go on it any time of the day, anytime. $9. You gave them 10 grand and you can share it for $9. For $9. You gave them 10 grand and you can't even go to your training. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. And here's the thing. Look. So they sold you on the dream, right? Okay, see, to them that was their job and now they're done. Goodbye. And again, just like Debbie is saying, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm just trying to make you aware of the problem here, because they have you brainwashed to make you think that it's your fault. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know what? Listen, these should have been like, hey, listen, you know what? We made a mistake. We need to give you your money back because you're not ready for this. And when you are ready, contact us and then you can invest. But we're not going to. Okay. So first of all, understand why this is a bad deal. They took your money knowing that you were not ready for the product and that you were going to fail. They took your money knowing that that you were going to exceed the 30-day guarantee policy and not get nowhere. They already knew that. They already knew going into the deal that you were not going to be able to use their guarantee policy and not ask for a refund. They already knew this. They already knew. They put you in a position where they're guaranteed to keep your money. They put themselves in a position where they're guaranteed to keep your money regardless of what your success was. And so they can keep it. This is what they're running. So this is why it's bad. And then number two, again, they did no follow-up with you at all whatsoever for 10 grand, no follow-up. And number three, you can't even access your training. Netflix is $9 a month. So there's just no excuse for it. There's no excuse. So what I'm saying is this, is that they took your money and they ran. Okay, it's a completely fucked operation. Okay, it's awful. It is awful. So first now I'm going to tell you what you should do, and then I'm going to tell you what a real deal looks like. Hey Debbie, that poster that's behind you right there, that poster. How much time did I spend making that for you? Yeah, over 12 hours. Let me ask you a question, Debbie. Did you give me any money to make that for you? That was after. I made that poster for Debbie before she gave me any money. I spent over 12 hours of my time designing that poster for Debbie before she gave me $1. That's interesting. 12 hours. It's actually more about 20 hours for that poster. It's pretty nice, huh? I sat down with Debbie for free and explained her whole business plan and everything for free. Look at her t-shirt, right? Okay, so anyways, so this is what I want you to do. I want you and your husband to understand the situation you're in and understand that it's not fair and it's not good business. It is not your guys' fault. Okay, it's their fault. They never should have took your money to begin with. Therefore, they should give you your money back. They did not do nothing to earn your money. They did nothing. They did nothing for you at all whatsoever. All they did was create a problem for you. And if they were actually good business, what they would do is they'd say this. They say, you know what, Abby and Patrick, you know, we made a mistake. We realized that you were not qualified for our program before you started. We realize this now. We realize that we made a mistake. Not you, we did. We realized that you were not even in a position to even use our guarantee policy. Because you told us within days after paying us that you couldn't do the business, correct? So if you told us within days of after giving us money, that means that within the guarantee policy, you told us that you could not do this business, correct? So that means that we should have gave you your money back, correct? Got it. You were in the guarantee because let me ask you a question to clarify, within 30 days, did they find out that your husband could not commit to this? You got it. You got it. So within the 30 days, your husband told them, I can't do this. You were within the guarantee policy. And within the 30 days, they took your training away. They did not follow up with you. So that means you are in the guarantee policy, and that means you need to get your 10 grand back. No question about it. If they care about you, this is what they'll tell you. They'll say, hey, Abby and Patrick, we apologize. We knew that you were not qualified for this program before you even started. And on top of that, you and your husband told us within the 30-day policy that you could not do this program. And then we cut you off from the training within 30 days. So I apologize. We should have gave your money back a year ago, but we're going to give it back to you now. Because we care about you. And we want you to come back to us when you're ready. When you're ready, next time you come back to us, we're going to screen and qualify you correctly and make sure that then when you do come back, you are ready for this. Okay? Right. Right. And here's one other thing. So here's what I got to say about the situation. What you need to do is this. Here's what you're going to do. This is the action plan. So we're 56 minutes into this. So here's the action plan. This is what I want you to do now for your situation. I want you to approach them in person. You and your husband are going to approach them in person, and you're going to schedule a meeting with them.